sometimes you're just craving mom's or grandma's food, you can find it here. It won't be presented in the same way. It's gonna be a little bit different. The flavors themselves, they're spot on. They're just like grandma or mom would make it. We're at a Korean restaurant called Her Name is Han. It's just about a block away from Koreatown, but it's pretty different than what you'll find there. It's home style, home cooking food. What's wonderful about this place, they have amazing hot pots. They have a ton of other traditional Korean food, but it has its own twist. This is pretty close to K-Town, or as I like to call it, K-Street, because it's not really a K-Town.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very
one
close.
really, densely populated street. Why did you guys open here, and what's the deal with that?
It's like slightly hidden,
Yeah.
Where it just makes us a little bit different.
Right.
And then for us to just gain more attention, oh, there's this restaurant that's very different from K-Town.
Right.
So that's what we try to focus on, our service and even our visuals, our ambiance.
Yeah, the place looks amazing. My gosh, I'm so excited to see all this stuff. It's such a beautiful array of food. And these guys are innovating. They're pushing Korean food forward and in a way that's approachable, it's familiar, especially if you've had Korean food before. Like, you've had japchae, you've had these kind of vermicelli noodles, but man, like throwing a bunch of clams on it, I think is super exciting. You get the flavor of the clam, which has a different texture, obviously, than like bulgogi or meat.
Yeah,
and then it's spicy, and I love that kick.
Like growing up, it would always be sweet, and it would contain mushrooms and beef. Beef would be like the main ingredient. But this japchae, we gave it a little twist. We made it into seafood, short-neck clam.
I think japchae is the dish that most people who've never tried Korean food, it's the first Korean dish they'll have. It's just it's a plate of like, it's spaghetti, it's Korean spaghetti.
We like to focus on mother's cooking, so that every time you eat at Her Name is Han, you can always reminisce about your mother. Because we all know mother's cooking, it is the best cooking. And so this restaurant is also a dedication to our boss's mother, Kian Lee, and her name is Han.
All right, we're gonna try this dish. When you get this dish traditionally, it's so scary looking. It's this huge mound of like muted red fish and with all the bones in it and everything.
Since it is thinly fried, at the bottom we do have bean sprouts. Yeah, you should just eat it together just like this. This would be the best way. And it's made with a Korean chili sauce.
You breaded it and you fried it.
Yeah.
It adds kind of a richness. You really nailed it with this one. Dude, this is grandma food. I heard you have sea squirts in here though.
It's like a marine invertebrate, filter feeder. This is very traditional.
Yeah,
we will love it. Just let it like pop in your mouth.
It looks like a penis.
With full of flavors, yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it just gushed in my mouth. This almost looks like Wiener Schnitzel or like Milanesa, but it's freaking bulgogi. That's so exciting. It's like burned on the edges.
Usually it's always like thinly sliced and separated. So as you can see, it's like it just rips really easily. No need to have a fork and knife. Once you eat it, it's very juicy and also has a smoky flavor. So that's like our key point.
See, that's another thing, because a
Smokiness.
lot of times bulgogi, it's either like kind of undercooked and a little too mushy.
Yeah.
Because you still want to have that kind of edge of like burnt meat or grilled meat.
And this will be our hot pot. So this is like the perfect situation when there's only two people, so you don't need to share the eggs.
Yeah,
So you
I
take
would
one.
I would not share an egg with you.
You take one, I take one. Rice cake will be very traditional for us. It will be like a traditional street food.
Yeah.
But we added it into a hot pot, nice and soupy, with a little bit of spice and sweetness, with our sweet potato noodles and with seafood. So it's like has different mixtures.
So this is like, my mom would make this growing up. It was, the flavor of this sauce is exactly what you would have if your mom made this dish for you. So I'm from LA, and Korean food in LA tends to be more traditional. People are trying to make the perfect galbichim. They're trying to make the perfect, negudorim. What I like in New York is that you're taking traditional food and you're putting your own bent on it. You're presenting it and you're packaging it in a way that's familiar for Korean Americans, but also like approachable for non-Koreans.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I think that's great. As it sits, it gets a little thicker every single time. The flavors continue to meld together, and you get some smokiness from the hot dog. You get some starch coming off the rice cakes. You get some of the fishiness. I mean, there's even clams here. This thing is luxurious. Mussels. Oh my God, that's magic, dude. It's so good. It's sweet. It's mainly, I like how it's sweet. It's kind of like, that's the first thing I taste, and then it settles into like a long, rich, deep spice.
Yeah.
Oh, Ron, thanks so much for hosting us and treating me to this amazing food. If you guys want to see more home-cooked Korean food, click here.
When you eat that kind of food that we serve, the Chinese Korean, it brings you back.